Hey folks, Quiet Guy Keeps to Himself today, bringing you another segment in the Scratch My Itch IO series. Uh, we are looking at, let's see, I need a bigger screen. Will this go all the way down? Nope. This is by Nocturnal Peacock on itch.io. I'll leave a link below. It's the Roll for Ruin Classic Dungeon Generator, Volume 1.3, and as of now, it's a freebie. Basically, you roll. We're going to do it here. I do have Dungeondraft, and remember in the scenario on the Forge, I think one of the second hexes we went to, it was a lair hex, and there's no place for shelter. There's no city we've found yet, and I just thought, well, I'm going to bypass this. What do you want to call it? This lair dungeon for now because I don't know if we'll survive it uh, without an ability to get to a town or something like that. So I just put it on the map that there's some type of lair there. Well, part of the problem was I didn't have this tool, and I'm sure there's other tools that you can use, but I kind of liked this one, and it's a pretty simple one. First off, as far as the dungeon entrance, you roll a d20. So let's do this. Of course, using the Fantasy Grounds one, and we have a 3 come up, which we're going to try to highlight this. Yeah, that isn't going to work. So 3 is there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And so I will draw that egg shape. So it looks like the stairs, you go down some stairs. Okay, so we draw, kind of go more in the center. I have some graph paper here, and I'm not going to beleaguer this process. It looks like we do that, we do that. There's a doorway at the top, another angle. Oops, we kind of did mess up already because there's quite a few entrances and X's uh, on this little one here. Hold on. And that's the one drawback I found with it was, yeah, multiple entrances. And I mean, for instance, this one, yeah, has, I believe, it has six entrances. So basically, that center square, we would go down, and we're going to use it. And then we have multiple doors to check. So the next thing you do is you roll, entering a new dungeon on a floor, roll d20 for the entrance on A1, which is this section right here. Ah! Goddamn mouse. Plus d6 on corridor stocking, B2 entering your new room. So, yeah. Do we need to? We're not going to do a corridor stocking uh, at this first entrance because B2. I mean, I guess we could. Let's see. Let's roll a d6. Please give me of course, it gives me a 3. So it'd be a trap. So it says corridor features traps or B4. So D8 triggering D12. So you would roll a D8, and we're not going to do this. Okay. So 1. It's a pressure plate, and what would it set off? A D12. All right. 4. So I don't know really how a sinkhole. So I really don't know how I would solo that as of now. I think it could work. Uh, we're just not going to put it in. So, going back to this page, entering a new dungeon on a floor, roll d20, or on an A1, which is the dungeon entrance one, plus a d6 on the corridor stocking, which it would have had a trap in it, but we're not going to bother. Enter a new room, 4d6. So, can I highlight this? I guess not. You can kind of see there. Let's see, can we make it bigger? And I apologize. This is not. Nope, that's to search something. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just see. Zoom in. Okay. So, as you can see, this is number 3 in that right top corner. And so, let's zoom out. So, 1, 2, or 3, we would get a corridor. 4, 5, 6 would be a chamber, and that's our first D6. So this would be the type, and that looks different than the one I printed out, so maybe he just added that. This would be the room shape, which you'll see how that works. So once again, going to this number 3, let's go with this section to the left. Now, let's go, okay, so if we came down the stairs, the first one we'd face would be to the north. So the one on number 3 that's at the top side. So we'll roll our 46, and we have in order 2. So the first thing is the room type. It will be a corridor. 3, 4 is the shape. So 3, 4 is, this is 11 at the top, 22, 33, 34. So we will draw that. And it jogs over. All right. And goes to another door. So the first number was a 2. So it's just a regular door, not locked or blocked. I'm going to draw a little open. And then the last number, 6, I believe is the stocking, and it's nothing. See, B2, stocking the corridor, D6, nothing. So, and then, so we're going to put that corridor down as a 1. And I'm going to write on a piece of notebook paper. Cross off the one I was messing with. 1. Empty corridor. And that's that. So now we're going to go back to the football, number 3, right here, and go clockwise to. Well, you can't see where my. I don't think for some stupid reason my. So my thing doesn't come up. So if this is a clock, if you can look at it that way, we're going to go to the right to probably about what, 2 o'clock? Yeah. That entrance, and we'll do the same thing. Oh, thought I had them in my. Yeah, there we go. That's weird. So 6. 5, 6. So 6 will be a. We go down here to the chambers. And 6 would be a locked door. So let's see, we'll just put an L there. Well, an L there. It looks goofy on my paper. And what do we had? 6, 5, 6, 3. So 56. Okay, what we're going to do, see how this 56, you kind of see where this first bar is. We're going to line that up with the door to the south because it fits that way. So I'm going to draw that. Bear with me, folks. And we're going to make the corridor a little bit longer so it can get past that, our first one. And then on the south side, we'll make it shorter, like it is in the thing, so that it'll basically fit on our paper. So there's that. It goes in 2, right? And it goes down. Doorway. Back up. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is like probably watching paint dry for you folks because you can't see what I'm drawing. Drawings. We'll go 1 in. And yeah, it's not exactly like how the other one is, but pretty darn close. Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to just say the southern door is locked as well. And what do we have in here? It is 3. So 3 is a feature plus a treasure. So, and this is the last room we're going to do and call it a night, although I'm going to keep messing with it. Okay. So the stocking chamber, the last dice rolled was a 3, so it's a feature and a treasure. So feature is 1d20. 1. Roll twice. All right. 4. There's a fresco. All right, so this is room 2. Locked. Entry doors from entrance. Okay. And there is a fresco. And it says to roll on D8. What's it a fresco of? Another D20. We got to roll again back there, so I haven't forgotten. A fresco, D20, D20. Wait, what I? Oh, yeah, D8. And it is 13. It's a ritual mural. Okay, and then we got to roll D20 again. Go back up here. This is the second feature. 20. There's a secret room. Oh, let's just. I'm going to outline a square and arrow. Secret room. D6. Well, let's see what D6 we got to roll on that table. You're getting the idea. Situated at a randomly determined place in the room. So D8 opens. So a hidden magic glyph writing all this down. Hidden room. Opened by magic blimp. Okay, and then what the hell is it? 1 through 10, right? We could probably roll that later, but we're going to roll it now. Stairs down a level. If opened, stairs down level. All right. Now, see, I'm already, I got ahead of myself. So that's the 2 features. Let's go back here. 3 with the chamber and a treasure. So we get to roll on the treasure die. Yay. What's it say here? Hold on. Everybody's getting sick. Well, all right. We got to find the treasures. Doesn't say which one. Shrine, liquid, containers, chest, vegetation. Uh-oh. Well, I thought there was a treasure one. Shrine, frescoes, treasure. All right, D7 is treasure. And they do a pretty good job labeling which one you're supposed to go to. For some reason, maybe I overlooked it. Could have been user error. So, what kind of treasure is in this room? 14. An artifact. One artifact plus 2. Now, I don't know if there is an artifact one. That might be something we have to come up with. 14 artifact. D6 times 250 gold. So we roll a D6. And that's another thing I noticed. Okay, so that's only 250 plus 250 gold pieces. It does seem kind of heavy on the treasure. But maybe I just was rolling a lot of treasure. It does also seem pretty heavy on the monsters and everything else. Let's see here. I think we're going to call it a quits. But yeah, here's your monsters, your D3, your D4, based on what level. So this would be a level 1. And yeah, there's not an artifact. There doesn't seem to be an artifact. I mean, when I think artifact with a +1, I'm assuming it's a sword or something like that. So, but yeah, you can get an artifact +3. So we're going to have to research that one. And that's probably, once again, user error where I just don't have enough experience. But I am going to make all my little dungeons for the Forge system on this. And where is... Oh, there it is. Let's see how far we've been going. Oh, it's almost 20 minutes. And also, no disrespect to the gentleman that created the Forge system, but I am going to keep playing the game, keep using the world building items, because I did create the world using Forge. I enjoyed it. I just watched Man Alone a while back, and he said the big mental drain of doing the solo type of channel is learning a new rule system all the time. So as you can see over here, Castles and Crusades, I play that once a week on my Sunday night on the VTT. And we play on Roll20, but I, of course, I prefer Fantasy Grounds. And hey, looky there. There's Giselle Zeke. And good old, I thought that was a kind of a cool picture for him right there. The blacked out eyes of Lorion Jorn. And I made him an archer, and I made her a barbarian. They're both human, so what that does, here is one weird thing, and there is an update, but see how I clicked inventory, and then this thing comes up, but I think everything is working fine. And then I just transferred all their stuff they can do. And the only thing, I think it's, where do I do this? Yeah, see, prime attribute. Okay. So we're going to go with Constitution, Dexterity. Yeah. See, Giselle has. And really all that means is, let's see, what are we, hold on. See, neither one of them have a wisdom. God, he has a -2 on wisdom, and I believe, let's just make wisdom his prime for a second, and say I had to roll a 15 or better. Well, oops. Okay, so it's prime. We have to do a wisdom check. Okay. See, because it's prime, it'll be 12, but he has a -1. Should be -2. I don't know why. Maybe it's just -1 for whatever reason. That's a rough way to go. So we have, if she rolled for wisdom, and this is the siege engine, and she has to beat a 15. She rolled a 9. Got us at 12, but hold on. I don't like this. Does it say it succeeded? If it's a prime, your wisdom check would be 12. If it's not, it would be 18. So even though Jorns has a negative, we're just going to leave it for, yeah, we're just going to leave it. And yeah, so you roll a 15, but he has a -1. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make that a 6 and the charisma 4. Let's try that again. What does that put us at negative-wise? Okay, so he doesn't get hurt by it, and his prime, he would be shooting for a 12 or better. So basically, if you're prime in dexterity, constitution, or wisdom for Jorns, he'd have to roll 12 to succeed, and we're going to go with that rule. And then for Giselle, strength, constitution, intelligence, she'd have to roll a 12 or better, and she had, even though she has extra bonuses, she would not have succeeded that time on the intelligence check. And I'll have to tinker with the sheet a little bit, but yeah, we're going to use that because that's just what I'm familiar with, and it just seems to work faster, better. So anyhow, it's at 23 minutes on the video. Yeah, I do like this Roll for Ruin by Nocturnal Peacock. I'll put a link going to it, and then we'll do another hex square tomorrow. That's what basically happened. I did do one, and it just got bogged down for using the Forge system, and that's nothing against the system. It's just I'm slow at using it. So I'm hoping it'll give people something to look at, and yeah, I can use the fantasy grounds and put things on the map and actually have combat, and it would be a little more interesting. So anyhow, that's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for rambling, and yeah, there'll be more of these to come.